Swollen Roland and the Democrats are at it again. Man, this stuff is crazy, man. You know, we point out things of the past, right, that Roland Martin has done. Everybody's talking about this anti-weaponization fund and Donald Trump giving reparations to his January 6th supporters and people that's been following him. And, you know, one of the biggest critiques of foundational Black Americans that we've been getting is we got all the smoke for Democrats, but we don't have no smoke for J.D. Vance or Republicans. And I keep telling y'all, I've never voted Republican in my whole life. The conversation ain't about Republicans. We already know that Republicans do what they do, right? The conversation is about you Democrats and the Democratic plantation, and you always selling us doom and gloom, or we got to wait, or it's traumatized, vote or die. We got to vote or we're going to lose our lives. The sun is going to crash into the earth. If we don't vote, they coming to get us. They want to put us back in chains. Man, we tired of that every year, man. We tired of, like, at what point does the sun shine? Like, it's just thunderstorming and rain and snowstorms every damn day. Man, nobody want to hear all that fear mongering us all the time. And so our vote, and we get nothing for it, right? We get nothing for it. We're tired of that, and we're calling it out, and we're questioning it, right? The funny thing, but you know what? Let's first go over here. Let's check out. Let's check out. You know, where all this argument, you know, a lot of this argument is coming from, and then we'll come right.
The department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received. I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done. But these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees. And
So let me do this. You know, I want to do this, right? Why would I expect them to come do anything for us and we haven't voted for them? Why would I expect them to be on our side, right? Y'all act as if racism is not in the Democratic Party too. Both these groups are racist. The Democratic Party just put their arm around you, act like they're your friend. But it takes thousands and thousands of years to get things passed, right? You know, through the House, through the Senate, and we just get all these broken promises, right? And they always selling you doom and gloom every year, right? But the funny thing is, we got Roland Martin, right? Y'all remember Roland Martin was upset with the Democrats, right? And he was calling the Democrats out. He was calling the Democrats out at the time for the same exact thing, the same exact thing that we was calling the Democrats out for. Check this out, right?
And some black folks watching right now, and they're saying, Roland, you being too hard on the president. No. The president was elected, and I made it clear, at the most, he's only going to be there 8 years. There's something, so what is left after 8 years? And the bottom line is, if you don't have an infrastructure, if you don't have black folks who are top strategists, if you don't have black folks who are in these PACs, if you don't have, and look, Cornell can't say it, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This party has consistently thrown money at largely white pollsters. Cornell should be getting far more business. Black political consultants should be getting far more business. And again, it's political sharecropping, and that's what it is. Jimmy Wasserman Schultz, head of the DNC, I expect you to come on this show to explain your black plan.
Whoa.
The grassroots plan, as well as your black media.
What?
Plan. The grassroots plan.
What?
You to come on this show to explain your black plan. The grassroots plan, as well as your black.
Now, hold. Now, this was him calling the Democrats out about their black plan and their grassroots plan. But when we on here now calling out the Democrats and the black and we have a grassroots plan, all of a sudden we the problem. All of a sudden, we the bad people. All of a sudden, we the enemies. All of a sudden, we don't know what we're talking about, right? This is the hypocrisy because we're not part of the boule. We're supposed to just shut up and vote. Only they can do this kind of stuff, right? Man, this thing is, man, these people goofies, man.
Media plan. The head of the Democratic Senators Election Committee, I expect you, the member of Congress, as well as executive director. The DCCC, I expect you to come on this show as well. The Democratic Governors Association, I expect you to come on this show as well. Let me also be clear to all of y'all progressive PACs and Emily's List. We calling every single one of y'all as well. And the question is going to be, what is your black plan? And if you don't have a black plan, I'm going to put your name out there.
Whoa! What is your black plan? What? Well, we asking the same thing 9 years later, Roland. How you got all this smoke for us? We confused, Roland.
I'm going to put your face on TV. I'm going to put your phone number on TV. I'm going to put your email on TV. I'm going to put your website on TV, because what you are not going to do is continue to come to black people and ask for our votes and beg for us to save your behind on election day, and you don't want to spend the money. Let me be clear. I am not a slave. I have no chains, and I damn sure am not interested in being a political sharecropper in money. And let me be real clear, because a brother tweeted this to me. I demand the same thing of Republicans. I demand the same thing in terms of them stepping up and being sure they have outreach to black folks as well. I'm real clear. You're not going to run out there and keep trying to talk to young white voters, talk to undecided middle-class voters, and you want to keep ignoring us. You're going to spend money on black media. I expect money.
Roland Martin was mad because they wasn't giving the money to black media. And he's holding the Democrats accountable back then. He's calling them out for the same exact things that we're calling them out for. All of a sudden, we're a problem.
Money spent on black television, black radio, black websites, black magazines, black newspapers. So excuse me if I'm going to ask for it, and I'm telling you right now, to every Democrat, I'm going to put you on blast. So my suggestion for you to come up with a plan so then you don't get put on blast, because in the words of Frank Lucas from the movie American Gangster, I'm going to get that money.
Kickstart your day at 7.
Yo, see, like these people, he said in the words of Frank Lucas, like American Gangster, he going to get that money, right? But the thing is, when we start speaking up, now all of a sudden he coming after us.
Amazing. It's amazing, you simple Simon Negroes. Where Kamala? Where's she at? She ain't doing nothing. Where's she doing? She ain't doing nothing for our people. Where J.D. Vance ain't doing a damn thing. In fact, J.D. Vance is dogging black folks. J.D. Vance still ain't been held accountable for the bullshit he said about Haitians in Springfield, Ohio. That was a lie. But y'all super black folk can holler about, man, y'all sitting here, yeah. And I know all y'all gonna make your little videos. And I'm gonna close with this here. See, I don't need to get clicks mentioning your name, because your names are meaningless. Because if I add 10 of y'all up, you still don't equal this audience. So you're going to need to use my name to get you some clicks. So I'm going to go ahead and help you. All y'all can kiss my ass because you're actually anti-black. Because you don't defend black people. You don't stand up.
So now all of a sudden we anti-black because we grassroots and we have a voice. We don't defend black people. We don't stand up for black people. We don't do none of this kind of stuff. This guy is crazy.
For black people, you don't invite the black folks on your shows, but what you do is you criticize other black people who stand up for black folks, and y'all use your little silly ass cover of you work dancing for the Democrats. Oh, you a shield. No. See, smart black people understand that. See, A. Philip Randolph knew what he was doing in 1948 when Truman was running against Wallace in a
A. Philip Randolph was an independent man going after Democrats and Republicans on the behalf of black people. He was calling them all out. You can't work that on us because we're not stupid, Roland. That's why we called you out. Let's look at, but see, all of them is trying to like spin the block, right? All of them is trying to spin the block. Let's go over here to Joy Reid, because they're all now trying to get on this reparations talk, right? We exposed Roland Martin for what he is, because he was coming after them and he was using the same talking points 9 years ago that we're using today. Now, all of a sudden, we all wrong because they gave him some money and told him to go away and shut up, right? Let's look at this.
That over 90% of black women will vote for Democrats. And so now we have a whole campaign getting several campaigns, by the way. We have identified at least 5 existing campaigns that are focused on getting black people to do only one thing, not vote for the Democrats.
And can you name one of those 5 campaigns? I mean, we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it. There's a criminal justice conversation. Yes. There's an immigration. Go on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Reparations, immigration, reparations, immigration, and anything that has to do with the criminal justice system. So the reason that the targeting of Kamala around being a cop is important is because anything that hinges on criminal justice becomes a divisive issue and is being used as a weapon right now. Are there real issues? Absolutely. I want to make sure that people don't dismiss the fact that there are some real issues that we're talking about. I think you had Cory Booker on here talking about police brutality. These are key, important issues to our community. We know that this is the case because
see, they keep selling us this police brutality and all these traumas, and you gotta wait. Let's get the person in office, and then we'll circle the block. We'll come back to you. They were selling us all this. Now, mind, this is a video from 7 years ago. They wasn't on reparations, right? They wasn't talking about reparations at all. Right, but let's just keep looking. Right.
In the previous election in 2016, Black Lives Matter was targeted because of their campaign that was focused on police brutality. Right. It's still existing. It's still happening right now. It's just that we're not seeing a way to handle this and do a counter narrative.
Very quickly, we're out of time. But how can people tell the difference between the real, genuine thing of Black Lives Matter and the ones that are just designed to make you not vote? How do you even tell?
Now, she said, how can you tell the genuine things of Black Lives Matter? And we've seen what Black Lives Matter turned into, or the ones that make you not vote. Watch what this woman say. Watch what she say.
So you can tell right away by the language that they use most of the time. But if you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start to pause and take a better look at what you're not getting our vote without us getting something back. You're not getting our vote without us getting something back. You're not getting our vote without us getting something back. Tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back. Tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back. You should start to pause and take a better look at what the language that they use most of the time. But if you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start to pause and take a better look at what they're saying. Better look at those accounts. If you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start to pause and take a better look at what they're saying. Better look at those accounts. And
like this is the stuff that they was pushing. And they've been pushing this, right? But y'all just saw Roland years ago coming out and asking them, what is the black plan? What is the black plan, right? He was asking them that. So now when we start saying, yo, this is the black plan, now all of a sudden they're telling you tangibles. If you hear them talk about tangibles or getting something for your vote, they was telling you they wasn't even hiding it, right? But now all of a sudden, there's been a shift. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a shift. The grassroots Foundation of Black Americans, we've been screaming loud, and they know that they can't get things done because the Latinos let them know we got our own issues. We ain't rocking with y'all like that. So now they trying to spin the block and come back and say, hey, can you get your sons to not play college football at SEC schools so we get our seats back? Man, we know we need y'all. Listen, we need y'all to keep us in office, but once we get in office, we're gonna prioritize everything over y'all, right? Now,
Seeing what they're saying.
Ask about HR.
now all of a sudden, check it out, right? Hold on, let's go over. Now all of a sudden they doing this.
40 or reparations, even for a study. They don't want to touch that. What you got, sis?
Apparently, reparations are something that MAGA is in favor of. And now that we know, I think that it's really important for us to act on the information that we have received. Now that we know that a president can, without Congress, without going back to Congress, because who knew? You know, there's a fund that Congress has pre-appropriated, as you will know as a former congressional staffer, that sits there in case there are settlements that the government needs to make, so they don't have to keep going back to Congress every time. Donald Trump has now tasked his Justice Department to dip into that settlement fund to the tune of, and you gave me this information, $1,776, in order to give reparations to the insurrectionists. Well, now that we know, sis, the next time there's a Democratic president, I don't want to hear anything about them not being able to do reparations. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay, so now that we understand the uses of...
Wait, let's stop it right there. So if Donald Trump came in there and he did all this, right, and I'm explaining this to you guys, and I want y'all to listen to Uncle George for a minute. The reason why Donald Trump coming in and signing those executive orders and stuff, because in America, right, America agrees with him. And even when they come out and act like that they don't. They agree with a lot of things that Donald Trump is doing. Any Democratic president would have got in there and signed an executive order for reparations for blacks. A lot of those W liberals wouldn't agree, right? And a lot of black people would have lost their seats. A lot of people would have lost their seats. W liberals do not agree with reparations for black people, right? So that's why it's not the Republicans. You're not getting things passed because a lot of them ain't rocking with that. They're not rocking with that. A lot of things that's favorable for black people, specifically for black people, for what happened to us, they're not rocking with it. And they're not just going to come out and just tell you the truth. Some of the biggest detractors are W liberals. Malcolm X warned us about that. They play too many games. Donald Trump got in office and start just unraveling and undoing everything within 2 years, right? He just started smacking everybody up, moving things around, pushing pieces on the chessboard. Well, if the Republicans can do it, why can't the Democrats do it? Because most W liberals side with you for things that's beneficial for them. But when it comes specifically things for black people, the black community, W liberals are not our friends. That's why they can't get things passed. Man, y'all play too much, man. Y'all play too much and you think we stupid. We're not. We're not. We know that most liberals are not in favor of reparations for black folks. But let's proceed.
Power, we get to apply to that too. So the next time there's a Democratic president, we don't want to have a commission. We don't want to have Congress do a study. We don't want anyone to do a study. You are going to...
Congress has been doing studies for reparations for black people ever since Reparations Reid in the 60s and the 50s, ever since Thaddeus Stevenson proposed reparations in the 1800s. So like, you're not like miss me with this stuff, man. But let's proceed.
Start issuing reparations to the descendants of African, formerly enslaved African people, to the Tulsa survivors' families, to the families of the survivors of every massacre that has taken place with the government of the United States either standing aside or participating. Because now we know that we can do reparations. So guess what, Papi and Mommy?
You could have did reparations then. You just wasn't willing to go all out and force their hand to make them give it to you, the way our grandparents did. You weren't willing to tell your kids that don't play at the SEC schools, don't play at the Big Ten schools, don't play in the NFL, don't show up for these jobs. Y'all wasn't willing to do it. You loved the plantation that you was on. That's why you couldn't get a bipartisan vote in the Senate to get them to pass reparations for the atrocities that happened to us. You sold out to the corporations. Tell the people the truth and shame the devil, man. Stop playing.
Hey, Chulo, the black people are going to be coming up to the table to get reparations. That's number one.
One problem.
So, and then you get her like, look at this, man. Like, this is just one big joke.
promise has been kept to Black Americans in this country when every bit of prosperity you enjoy was built on our backs. 400 years of labor. So we are long overdue for reparations. I'm proud to be the lead sponsor of H.R. 40. Black folks are certainly deserving of redress and reparative work, and one bill will not undo centuries of harm.
Man, HR 40 been on the Congress floor for the last 34, damn near 40 years, man. Who y'all think y'all talking to? Right? We watch y'all, we watch y'all like that. What's the Bird bill, the black guy that got unalive, right? They said that was the anti-lynching or black bill. No, you don't have things specifically for black people. Everything is based off of POC or people of color. Now we know that they were supposed to be for black people, but we know how they worded it and what it turned into. Right? So now all of a sudden, y'all talking about reparations, you can get it. Well, you couldn't get reparations passed because a lot of people you thought was your allies did not agree with that. You getting it. We got to just tell the truth. Roland Martin is the ultimate hypocrite. These people are liars and hypocrites, right? Now all of a sudden they telling you should get something for your vote when they telling you should get reparations, but they was just telling you when you said tangibles or something for your vote, you the enemy. When you was out there saying tangibles or something for your vote, you was the enemy. Now all of a sudden, because Donald Trump put the anti-weaponization fund in effect, right, that a lot of people in the GOP are rejecting, right? He put that in effect. Now all of a sudden you can get it. Well, y'all know y'all could have been did this. But, hey, man, what do I know? Listen, I'm just putting it out there for y'all guys, man. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think, right? And let me say this to a lot of y'all out there that want to come in and talk trash. Don't leave no comments if you ain't willing to have the conversation. Prove us wrong with facts, not emotions. Prove us wrong with facts, because I got all the receipts. Stop running your mouth if you just regurgitating what you hear people say. You are the stupid idiots that keep our communities in the conditions that they're in, because you stuck on this Democratic and church plantation. Jesus is going to save us, but faith without works is dead. You got to put the work in, meaning you got to have the knowledge. You got to use the instructions, right? And then apply it to fix your problem and believe and have faith that God will be there with you along the way. He didn't tell you to wait on him to come fix it. You gotta fix it. You gotta fix it. Faith without works is dead. So don't come over on my side, running your mouth, right? Talking about miseducation, and you ain't got no education on how the system is working. You just go pull the lever and just vote, and you ain't expecting nothing back. So miss me with that. But if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.